myself right up on out of here. I feel like a disgrace, I'm not really what I appear. I go home to my girl and I make nicey nice. The fact that she don't know that I just put someone on. I don't like being here. I constantly live in fear. Could be gone at any time. When you live a life of crime, you have to face the music through the time. I'm trapped again, and fate as always hasn't wrapped again. I always get caught in my life of sin, but I just keep on going back again. You know I'm lost again, when all I wanted was to find a friend, someone that I can always depend on to help me find my life again. You know I'm trapped again. My thoughts are only mine, I don't think of the time. If I could make a rhyme, then maybe I could fall in line. It's all becoming clear, I see lights in the rear view mirror of this car that I just jacked from some big. I don't like being here, I constantly live in fear. Be gone at any time. When you live a life of crime, face the music through the time. Oh, I'm trapped again, and fate as always hasn't wrapped again. I always get caught in my life of sin, but I just keep on going back again. You know I'm lost again, and all I wanted was to find a friend, someone that I can always depend on to help me find my life again. You know I'm trapped again. Trapped again, and fate as always hasn't wrapped again. I always get caught in my life of sin, but I just keep on going back again. You know I'm lost again, when all I wanted was to find a friend, someone that I can always depend on to help me find my life again. I hope you see the point, 20 years in the joint. I hope you can see now, I put my life together now. I'm glad that I got caught, better than being shot. Only the good die young, well that don't sound to me like fun.
Welcome, everyone, to Mayhem Tainment. I am your host, JD, and this is going to begin our football coverage. We already had the watch along, but this is going to be more of a talk about the season, teams, players, etc. So this is our first episode for that. We're going to be having one of these every 3 or 4 weeks, along with our watch alongs. And our first we had our first watch along for Thursday Night Football this upcoming Monday. As long as me and Michael have access to Monday Night Football, we're going to be doing this Monday Night Football. I'm honestly not sure if I have access to it yet or not, but we'll see. If not, we'll replace it with something else next week. And we have other watch alongs coming as well. Wolfman has been kind enough to sit in on this episode as Mayhem Media deals with a couple of injuries and illnesses. So we are stretched a bit thin this weekend. So thank you, Wolfman, for coming on and filling in. Hey, that's what we got to do, though, right? Like, that's what we do. Sometimes you just get sick. Sometimes people get injured. And, it's nice that, me and you are here to step up and take the place for some of these shows. Tune in a little bit later on. Wolfman and I will be back in a little bit later on. We'll be doing our prediction show for the upcoming WrestlePalooza show. So stay tuned for that. Not on this stream. It'll be a separate stream, but it'll be on Mayhem Media, and it'll be a little bit after we end our football episode. It'll be about 9 o'clock is when we're going to do that.
Yeah.
Wolfman, thank you for filling in.
No problem.
Of course, Wolfman is our prediction specialist, and he handles some of the researching. So I'm appreciative that he was able to come on this. Let me shout out the storefront real quick too. Bonfire.com/store/Mayhem Media Shop. Go pick up some apparel. We have lots of it. Some of the apparel that's there is no longer available, but we have other things and new things available. So make sure you pick that up and check out our storefront. Share it out, even if you can't pick up something. And we got Michael in the room. And now let me do this. Watch this. Okay, here we go. The Media Maverick Michael Wheldon makes it fashionably late. Fashionably late, Michael Wheldon.
Look, I'm sorry. I've been in pain this week. I have a good excuse.
Well, that's debatable, but we're going to move on from that. So this is not the prediction show. I got to make sure I keep track of that because I actually have the wrong visuals loaded into this studio. So unfortunately, the few visuals I did have for us are not here. They're in another studio, and I'm going to have to fix that for the prediction show because all of our prediction show visuals are here. And
yeah,
none of our
that's my fault. I put them in here. That's my fault.
Oh, okay. Well, no, that's not a problem. Actually, are you sure? I might have done it too because I uploaded them, so I'll have to check the other thing. But either way, we're having some, like I said, some illnesses, some sicknesses. Michael is one of the people that was injured. We weren't sure if he was going to be able to make it or not. But let's move into football, and then we can move on with the rest of our evening because the three of us have a long night ahead of us. So NFL talk. Let's talk about the NFL. I want to go. Wolfman, were you saying something?
I thought I heard my mom calling me. Hang on. What do you need?
Okay. Here, let me mute you. I'm going to just mute you for a second. We can help you out with that. Not a problem.
I need help.
Oh, here. I got you, buddy. Go ahead if you got to do something. Just unmute yourself whenever you need. If you come back, whenever you're ready to come back. If you got to set it down or something and step away, it's okay. Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, we're on the fly here. All right. Oh, there. Yeah, he might have had to bounce too. That's okay. We're on the fly here. You know what I mean? He was just filling in, and he has to bounce too. Mike. So we're back to you again. We're gonna have rotating chairs all night long because we even have a guest for the prediction show a little later on as well. Let's talk football.
Let's talk some football.
Yeah, the first thing that I want to talk about, I want to address before we get into the teams and any of that stuff, man. I want to talk about the situation with the Cowboys and the Eagles game this last week, or on week one. I apologize, on week one.
Oh yeah, from our very first watch along. Yes, I remember that.
Yeah. Exactly. But we didn't talk about it much. We didn't get some of the stuff, and I wanted to address it again in this episode. What do you think? What do you think about that? I guess Dak Prescott actually did not get penalized. Just Jalen Carter did. Now, granted, I believe he got a fine, and they didn't suspend him. They considered him getting tossed out of the game as the suspension. But what are your thoughts on that? I personally think, and this is not just because I'm an Eagles fan, but Dak Prescott spit in his direction. He spit Jalen Carter in his direction. He may not.
I think Dak should have been penalized.
Well, they always
I
penalize
think
the
Dak should
second.
have been penalized too.
I mean, and I agree with that. They always penalize the second guy, so I'm not even worried about that. Welcome back, Wolfman. But
Sorry
what
to
about
interrupt, guys? But my service dog's alerting on me, so that's why I had to bow out.
Oh yeah, no problem, dude. Are you good, or do you need to step out for a few minutes?
I don't think I'm going to be able to continue. My dog is really alerting on me. But
All
I'll
right,
keep
then.
you guys posted.
Yeah, head out, dude, and then we'll find out before the prediction show if you can do that or not.
Yeah, I'll keep you guys posted. Thanks, guys.
Yep.
Wolfman
No problem,
out.
dude. Yep. And as I said before, as I was just saying, and this is we're Mayhem, we're under the gun right now. People are sick, injured, and of course, if you don't know, our viewers, if you don't know, Wolfman has autism, but he also suffers from seizures, and he has a medical alert dog that he's just recently got. And when she alerts to him, he needs to listen. And I can't stress that enough, because one of the first instances after he had the dog, he did not realize, I guess, having a new dog, having a new alert dog, it's got to take some adjustments. I can't imagine that's got to take some adjustments. So, but he didn't listen necessarily right away to the alert dog the first time it happened. So if she's alerting, he's got to listen, and there is nothing else. There is nothing else. That's it. That's the end. So thank you, Mike, for making it. So now that I'm not back to solo, because he came on because we weren't sure about you, and now you're back, and now he's got to bounce. Like I said, man, we just got to fill in for each other, right? Like that's how it is. When people get sick and injured, other people just got to step up, right?
Yep.
All right. So back
a man down. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah, you're still injured too. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm really the only healthy one right now in Mayhem. So that's just saying something. That's just letting you know where our numbers are at right now. But all right. So I think back to the football issue. I think forget the penalty. They always penalize the second guy. The first guy doesn't always get it. The second guy always does. But what about the fine? I think that if nothing else, Dak should have been fined, just like Jalen Carter was.
He should have. Yes, he should have been fined just as much as Carter was.
Yeah. All right. So you agree with that statement that you think Dak was also spitting in his direction, even if he didn't get it on him. It was still a spit in his direction.
Yeah. Like, if you spit in my direction, I would have had the same reaction as Jalen Carter. I would have.
Well, I don't know if I would have had the same reaction, but I would have considered that Dak spitting the way he did in the middle of an altercation as a spit in my direction. And maybe not a spit directly on me, but a spit in my direction. Now, that's no excuse. Jalen Carter should have rose above it. He should not have, and he definitely should not have just walked right up to him and like spit right on his jersey like that. I can completely understand why he did that. He was angry, and when you're out there in your football, it's intense. So I do understand it. But I can't justify it. It was still a bad decision, and we got thrown out of the game. But Dak Prescott should have also been fined.
It was a bad decision. I'll say it was a bad decision, yes. But for me, I grew up I'm from the South.
Yeah.
And if you spit in someone's direction, that's automatically just considered insult. You don't spit at someone ever.
Absolutely, and I do agree with that.
That's a good way to get knocked out.
Yes, absolutely. But on a football field, if you spit back, it's a good way to get yourself ejected.
It is, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. If you were on the, what's happening on the road or happening in public, that's a different place. But on the football field, you're going to get ejected if you do it back.
Oh, yeah. And I'm sure the coach got in his ass.
Yeah. So is there anything, what do you want to talk about? Is there anything that's happened over the first 2 weeks that you want to talk about specifically?
Just a lot of players getting waived and cut from teams, like for not being able to do what the teams are wanting them to do.
Yeah, you mentioned to me about the kicker for somebody.
The Atlanta
Okay.
Falcons.
Yeah, the Atlanta Falcons. I'm totally drawing a blank on his name. I'm getting my information up on my computer now. Like I said, we were having all kinds of issues getting this set up and done.
Yeah.
It's honestly a miracle we're even live. But what was the problem? Did you look into it? Is it because he missed kicks? Because usually you miss if you're under 50% in a game. You know, if you go 1 for 4, you're getting booted likely.
I didn't have enough time to research why he got cut. I just saw it at the 11th hour that the Falcons had released him.
Did they? Hold on, I'm looking at the thing right now. To
Okay.
see if they're on there, but I'm not seeing it.
I sent you I sent the image.
Yeah, I saw that, but I can't seem to find. Yeah, I'm honestly not sure. I don't see him. I'm looking through the transactions, the NFL transactions, and I don't really. I don't see him.
That's crazy.
So yeah, but I mean, when it
Very
comes
crazy.
to kickers, it's likely because he wasn't kicking correctly. He wasn't. He
He's
had a
missing
really bad
kicks.
percentage. Yeah, that's usually that when a kicker goes, that's usually the reason that you're gone. So that doesn't surprise me that it was a kicker that was being released. You need to have a kicker, and you got to make field goals in today's NFL. You really don't have a lot of room for error. Like I said, man, if you finish under 50% in a game, you are likely finished. I mean, the only way to get around that is if you go like 1 for 2. But if you go 1 for 3, you're gone. If you go 2 for 4, there's a chance you're gone. And even if that buys you another week, you better kick it perfect the next week. Kickers are one of the most scrutinized positions where if you don't perform, you are gone.
Yeah. Like another one of the big players, not big players, but big name players that got waived was Shadur Sanders' brother. He got waived from his team. He got waived.
I didn't know Shedeur Sanders had a brother.
Yeah. Shiloh Sanders.
Really?
Yeah. They both went to the NFL together.
Are they twins?
I don't believe they're twins. No, I don't. But they both went to different. They both went to different teams, and Shadur went to the Browns, and I do believe Shiloh went to the Buccaneers, and the Buccaneers waived him.
Okay, what are the?
I don't have. I didn't. Like this was a couple weeks ago, so I don't have it.
Okay. What do you know? What position he was?
Not off the top of my. I didn't know much about Shiloh. I paid more attention to Shadur than I did Shiloh.
I'll be honest with you, I don't care about either of them. Yeah, like I said, we're still putting this what the show is going to be together, so we're going to be working on stuff. This is very much a raw episode 1 that we're going to be having tonight. So definitely, please bear with us. Let's talk about the league standings. Let's get off the players for a minute. Let's talk about league standings.
All right.
Do you have a team? What's your favorite team? I don't know that I know the answer to that.
I'm a Steelers fan. I am a Steelers fan.
Oh, well, you're fired. So thank you, Michael, for being on the show and for contributing to Mayhem Media the way you have. Unfortunately, we are no longer in need of your services.
Man. That's the Eagles fan.
The Steelers are 1-1 right now. They're not. I'm sorry, dude. They're not looking good.
You'll hear no disagreement. Disagreement.
Yeah, the Steelers are not looking good, and the Eagles are 2-0. Not that means anything right now because there's a lot of teams still 2-0. So, but they are 2-0, but they're not perfect. They've done hard football wins. They've gotten these wins. See, early in the season, teams don't realize this. because the first 2 wins for the Eagles have not been clean by any means. They have been very, very dirty and hard wins. Okay. But they found a way to get the job done and to get the win out. And early in the season, especially with preseason, is being what it is right now, that is the beginning of the season. You really have to find a way to win those early games until you find that rhythm, until you build some momentum, and then you can go in and go on a run or something. But it's really hard at the early season, especially if you start losing games, to really get back on top. So finding a way to win those early games can be crucial down the stretch.
Like the Eagles Cowboys game that we did the watch along for, that whole game was a cluster.
Oh yeah, like it wasn't a clean win at all, but they managed to squeak it out.
Because you had this whole spitting incident, then you had the scuffle, then a weather delay.
And the Steelers, I mean, they're 1-1, but they've looked ugly. Even their win looked ugly. You know what I mean? Like not similar to the Eagles. The Eagles have been able to get it done. They're not perfect, but they're not looking ugly. The Steelers, I'm sorry, they are not. They're looking ugly, and also the Browns. While I'm there, I feel so freaking bad for the Browns.
Well, here's my thing: you have Shadur Sanders as a quarterback here, and you decided not to start him.
Oh, I wouldn't start him either. Of course, I wouldn't have drafted him in the first place. Listen, dude, the Browns. I don't know. Is it just? What do you think? Do you think it's just Cleveland? Is it the city of Cleveland that just sucks the NFL skill out of everyone, or is it just?
No.
Is it management? Is it ownership? Is it coaching?
I think it's just a mix of everything, honestly. Like the fans don't get behind the team, and then there's problems with
dude, I'm sorry.
coaches.
No, are you kidding me? The stadium is not burnt to the ground. All right. If this was in Philadelphia, there wouldn't be a stadium anymore. It would be burnt to the ground. So the Browns are being supportive, but you guys, as a fan, you gotta. Oh man, you gotta be able to have some successful years as a franchise, right? Like you can't always be in the toilet every single year. It doesn't work that way. Like with free agency and drafts, there's no way you shouldn't be able to at least climb it out and get into the playoffs and maybe make a deep playoff run or something. And they just can't.
Look at the Titans. Like look at the Titans. Like they're crap. Even with the number 1 pick, they're still crap.
True. But now let me point to something else. The Bucks 2-0,
yeah,
with Baker Mayfield.
Yeah.
I saw a meme the other day. Oh, we lost Michael. He's obviously having some connection problems. I told you it's been a rough day and a couple of days here for Mayhem Media, but I saw a meme with Baker Mayfield and it was talking about the greatest comeback story in NFL history, and the fact that Baker Mayfield isn't even a comeback story because he wasn't injured. He was just coming back from the Cleveland Browns, and he is just tearing it apart with the Bucks right now at 2-0, and that's just, I mean, especially after losing Brady, you would think that they would have a rebuilding year. But they certainly have not. They've been.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong by any means.
Welcome back, Michael.
I didn't know I left. Oh, I didn't. Oh, did I leave?
Yep, you totally were bounced for a minute. You were gone. You were gone from the backstage area too, but that's okay. Welcome back.
I thought you fired me for being a Steelers fan. Shit.
Well, I almost did. Baker Mayfield is actually really low on the yard list. So let's look at his stats comparatively. He's only got 382 total yards. He's only got 5.5 yards per attempt. His completion percentage is only 60%. His rating is almost 100, but not quite. Let me see his interceptions. Where's his interceptions? He doesn't have any interceptions. Okay, so that's great. The reason his quarterback rating isn't higher is because he only has 5 touchdowns as well. And his percentage is only 60%. And the QB rating is also a real hard thing to figure out sometimes. But yeah, he's not up there high on a lot of stats, right? So they're again just finding ways to get it done, right? Like Baker Mayfield's doing what he needs to do, and Michael, welcome back again. So yeah, what are your thoughts, Baker Mayfield? Like that's my argument to the opposing of what you're talking about with the Browns and them just having, sometimes it's whatever. Baker Mayfield, I think, has always been a really, really good quarterback, and I think now we're just now seeing it because he's not in Cleveland.
Well, you got to think back when the Buccaneers, they had Tom Brady, so like they look what Brady did with the team, and I think they're just trying to build upon what he left when, like, I know he's been gone for a while now, but they're just trying to build something like what they had with him.
Yeah, but that doesn't just happen. Usually you don't pick up another quarterback and then you're competitive. And they didn't make it to the Super Bowl this past year, but they were there. They were in the hunt in the playoffs. Like they could easily be back up there, not long. Like there's not much they have to do. It's not often that happens when you lose your quarterback. So that's what I'm saying. Baker Mayfield came in and they haven't really missed much of a hitch. So I think Baker Mayfield is that good. Did they get him on a deal, you think, because Cleveland just stinks and that's why they probably got him for cheaper than he's likely valued? Would you consider him to be undervalued?
I think he is, yeah. Especially I think he is undervalued, and I think the further he goes to show that he's like there to actually do something with the team that leads them to constant playoffs games and possibly to a Super Bowl, I think they'll give him a bigger payday.
Yes. I think he has at least one more big payday yet before his career is over. And I hope that he gets that. I hope he continues to do good. I've always been a Baker Mayfield fan. I just couldn't figure out why in Cleveland he couldn't do anything. So, and now I'm almost convinced it's Cleveland.
Well, not only that, you have to have a good coach. You have to have a good owner to be able to know who they need for their team and what the team needs.
Yes, I suppose so. Okay, go ahead.
I was like, you can't have an owner and a coach that don't know what the hell they're doing. That's the blind leading the blind, especially if you look at it as an example of the damn Cowboys.
Yeah, although they have a new coach this year and, they're not looking the worst. Although getting rid of Micah Parsons, we'll talk about that in just a moment. Let's stick with the quarterbacks for a second. The other side of the list here is Josh Allen, while Baker Mayfield is lower on the list of quarterbacks for yards at least. Josh Allen is on the other end, and he is on the other end for many different things. He's got nearly a 70% completion percentage. He's got no interceptions. He's got 5 touchdowns. His rating is almost a 109, and he's almost up to he's got 7.5 yards per attempt. So Josh Allen is ruling the top of the quarterback. People have been talking Patrick Mahomes for a while. I'm looking down the list. He's got to be 15th or 16th on the list, at least in yards. So Josh Allen proving that he is somebody, that he's been as good this whole time and that he's here to stay. Josh Allen is an elite quarterback.
I might catch some flack for this. I catch flack whenever I bring it up. But I just think Mahomes is overrated, and I just think he's looked at as he's some kind of the next coming of Tom Brady.
Well, I don't think I think I hate that, first of all, because I would not argue that Tom Brady is necessarily the GOAT anyway. So I would put other quarterbacks in that discussion, and I would lobby for them hard. But
that's what I'm saying. Like, I catch flack whenever
Listen, Patrick Mahomes is good. He is a great quarterback. In 15 years, you're going to be talking about how great Patrick Mahomes is, and with his 7 or 8 title rings that he has. Okay, but everybody has growing pains. Everybody has down seasons, and Patrick Mahomes never really had a sophomore slump season.
Yeah,
he's had a few rough years, but he's never really had a sophomore slump season. And the more they pay him, the less they have for other things. And I think that is the biggest thing right now. You see, I don't think it's Patrick Mahomes. I think it's they don't have anybody. There is nobody for the Chiefs. Xavier Worthy was just injured, and he's going to be out for a couple of games. They don't have anybody. There's nobody. Travis Kelce's only a tight end, and he's only one guy. You know what I mean? You can't just throw to the same guy all the time. And they have no running game. They're running a game. Pachenko has not been showing up like he needs to be either. So I would not put everything on the Chiefs on Patrick Mahomes. I saw a lot of drop passes in this past week in the Chiefs game. A lot of drop passes by the Chiefs wide receivers, including Travis Kelce. So I would not put it all on
Kelce,
him.
Eventually Kelce is going to be on his honeymoon, and who knows when that. I don't know if it'll be during the season or during the off season.
They're going to wait till the off season. Even if they get married, they won't take a real honeymoon until he's off season. He's not going to miss time. He's almost done. He's only got another year or two left. He's not going to miss football time. And any team, any respectable team, and Andy Reid certainly, if he leaves and misses a game to go on his honeymoon or whatever, he might as well just stay on his honeymoon. Andy Reid's not going to bring him back on the team if he starts missing games to go on his honeymoon and for his wedding. That's not going to happen.
I think that's what gets the Chiefs so much more attention now, with Kelce being engaged and dating Taylor Swift.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. We're going to talk about the running game now, and James Cook is the current rushing leader. Coincidentally, I also have him on my fantasy team, and I got to check my fantasy team. Oh no, I didn't. I already did, but I'm 1-1 in my fantasy as well. And James Cook is definitely one of the reasons why I'm 1-1. But James Cook leading the rushing yardage. Saquon Barkley not too far behind. He's about 150 yards behind, but down the list, that's really not that far. He's really only about 9th, 8th on the list. So James Cook, and that goes to Josh Allen. I think the Bills early week 2 prediction. I think the Bills could potentially be somebody. They definitely make it to the championship, and they could definitely have a Super Bowl run this year.
I know you want to talk about the rushing yards, but one of the things that was big news this past week with the NFL is Burrow's being possibly hurt and out for a while.
Oh yeah, Burrow's he's down and he's going to be out for a couple of weeks. We'll see if this other guy. It's always a chance for someone to step up. You never know. All I'm going to say is Gardner Minshew for the Eagles. That was a huge mistake for the Eagles. After we put Gardner Minshew in and he had that outstanding game, we should have rode his high and just kept going with him. And there's other examples of that as well.
There is, yeah.
Okay, so okay, there we go.
So, what did you think about the Thursday night football game last night? The Bills game.
It was a good game. But the Bills didn't win it so much as they lost it. The other team. Who did they face? I'm totally drawing a blank now. Was it the Vikings?
I believe the Vikings. Yes.
Yeah. So I don't know if they won so much as the Vikings lost.
I had a whole thing I was going to come in here and do before the show in the studio. I was going to get some images to use for us to have some visuals.
Hey man, it's a raw show. We're just starting out. We're figuring out what it is. So that's just that's the way it is right this second. I
spent some of the afternoon looking for some visuals to use. That's been some big stories to talk about in the NFL. I just didn't have enough time to get in here to put them in here.
Yeah. Well, there's always the next episode we have, which is in a couple of weeks. Stay tuned to our social media to know exactly when that is. So this upcoming week here, the Rams and the Eagles, 2-0. That's 2-0 teams facing each other. I hope the Eagles can pull that out for sure. And
I think the Eagles are going to pull it out.
And Monday Night Football, dude, if we can do it, if we can watch it, I have ESPN Plus. I don't know if that's how I'm going to be able to watch it, but I have ESPN Plus, and Mike also believes he has access to it. So we are going to, as long as we both have access to it, we are going to call this Monday night game, September 22nd, the Lions at the Ravens, which should be a really good game.
Yeah, hopefully it'll just be on cable television so I can watch it.
And then the Sunday night game is the Chiefs and the Giants. Believe it or not, believe it or not, that's 2 0-2 teams going at it on
Well,
Sunday Night Football. Wow, how did that get time?
The Giants, I can believe being 0-2. They have not been good since Eli Manning left.
And I was wrong. The Cardinals and the 49ers are 2-0. That's another 2-0 matchup. So we are going to lose some undefeated teams this week.
Oh yeah, it's expected. Yeah.
And the Chiefs, as I said, the Chiefs and the Giants, and I don't know about that game. I mean, honestly, dude, if the Chiefs don't win that game, my pick for them for that game has to be the Chiefs. If the Chiefs don't win that, I don't know. And my pick for the Monday night game, I think I thought the Lions were going to be doing better. I thought they were going to be hot, and they're not looking so hot. And neither are the Ravens. It's a tough call. I think I'm going to have to go. I think I'm going to have to go with. They're at Baltimore. I'm going to go with the Lions still. I think I'd go with the Lions because I think that they can still. I think they might be able to pull it out against the Ravens, but Lamar Jackson could trash them. What do you think on the Monday night game?
I was gonna say this with the Ravens and the Lions. Like both teams had so much hype behind them in the last couple of years, and just and they were really hot. And I really thought the Lions were going to do something, go to the Super Bowl, and go to the Promised Land again.
Yeah, we had a whole plan if they would have ended up going against the Eagles. Of course, we shouldn't even mention any of that now, but there was a whole plan. We were going to do a whole thing if the Lions went against the Eagles, collaborate with another podcaster. But they didn't end up making it, and we ended up not doing it.
Yeah, because I don't know if you remember or not, when the Lions were on their really hot streak, they had Eminem showing up to their games, hyping them up and all that.
So let's talk about you picked. Who did you pick? The Lions, or the Ravens?
I gotta go with the Lions.
All right. Now, what about the Chiefs and the Giants? That's 2 0-2 teams.
I'm gonna go with the Giants just because I'm gonna go with the Giants.
I'm gonna go with the Chiefs. And let's see here.
The 49ers game, I'm gonna go with the 49ers.
The 49ers and the Cardinals. Yeah, that's the other 2-0 matchup. Is the Cardinals and the 49ers. There's 3 2-0 matchups. There's 3 2-0. Oh no, there's only there's only 2 2-0 matchups. The Cardinals and the 49ers. And you're picking the 49ers, and yeah, I'd probably pick the 49ers too. I'm going to take the Chiefs against the Giants in the 0-2 matchup, and I'm going to take the Eagles over the Rams in the other 2-0 matchup.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. That's my pick. Is the Eagles in the Eagles-Rams game is the Eagles.
Yeah, and then let's just for fun, dude, I'm going to select one of these 1-1 games at random, and let's pick for that one. How about the Raiders and the Commanders? They're both 1-1 teams. It's a 1:00 game. I'm gonna go with the Commanders. I think they're gonna pull this one out.
You know, I just because I know this is gonna sound stupid, but I was a fan then. Like I kept up with them because of who they used to have. So I'm gonna go with the Commanders because when they used to have RG3, I thought they'd be something, but I'm gonna go with the Commanders.
And because my brother is a fan, I'm going to call them what a lot of people still think they should be called. So my pick is definitely for the Redskins in that game, also called the Commanders. But I think that is that whole rebranding thing was nonsense. But that's a conversation for another time in another place.
Mm-hmm.
Look for us on Monday night. We're going to do the Monday night watch along. As long as we can watch it, we will keep you posted on that. But remember, we don't have the game on. We just come on. We do commentary. You have the game on at home, or you can listen along. I think I'm getting pretty good at it. And as I get more practice, I hope to continue to get better. Make sure you leave a comment on this episode or on any other episode you'd like. And, give us some feedback or tell us what you like.
Make sure y'all stick around because we'll be live right back in a few minutes with the WWE WrestlePalooza predictions.
Yeah, we'll be live in about half an hour, actually. It's only 8:15 yet, bro. We'll be live at about a half an hour, 30 to 35 minutes. Probably 30 minutes I'll go live, and then we'll actually start doing the episode 10 of. Although we are going to check with Wolfman and see how he's feeling. If he needs to delay a few minutes, we may delay a few minutes.
Okay.
Because no offense to you, Michael, but the prediction show is like Wolfman is the prediction specialist. So
Understandable.
we want to make sure we can have him on the episode if at all possible.
Yeah.
So hopefully the Wolfman is feeling okay. He did join me. For anybody tuning in, he did join me at the beginning of the episode, but had to go. He was having a medical problem. So we're not sure if we can provide updates on the prediction show. We will let you know. Michael, I guess, may do the prediction show. I'll host it. Michael may do predictions then, even if in Wolfman's absence. As I said, we're just filling in gaps here at Mayhem as we have a few people down with injuries and with illness. So thank you for tuning in.
Make sure y'all check.
Go ahead.
Also, make sure y'all like, share, comment, subscribe to the Mayhem channels.
Yep. Facebook, YouTube, Rumble. Look for gaming on Twitch and Kick. And of course, our storefront, bonfire.com/store/Mayhem Media Shop, and pick up some apparel. And we will see you in about in a half an hour, everybody. So until for about 30 minutes for now, that's the end.
I've been the Media Maverick.